Mantras of our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, do not allow yourself to be troubled or discouraged by any difficulties. Do not allow yourself to be troubled or discouraged by any difficulties, but quietly and simply open yourself to the Divine Mother's force and allow it to change you. With always our love and blessings, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo's Savitri, Book 7, Canto 3, The Entry into the Inner Countries. None answered in that bright, contented world, but some murmured, passers-by from kindred spheres. Each by his credo judged the thought she spoke. Who then is this who knows not that the soul is a least gland or a secretion's fault? But others, nay, it is her spirit, she sings. But none has touched its limits or seen its face. Around with mystic and unsatisfied eyes, who loved his slain belief and mourned its death? Is there one left who seeks for a beyond? Can still the path be found, opened the gate? Darshan Day Messages. Date 15th August 1957. So the light grows always. As for the shadow, it is only a shadow and will disappear in the growing light. Words of our Divine Mother, taken from the collective works of our Divine Mother, Volume 4, Volume 13, page 27. Question, sweet Mother, what is the Divine? For this our Divine Mother says, the Divine is what you adore in Sri Aurobindo. How beautiful is the day when one can offer one's devotion to Sri Aurobindo. You must feel that Sri Aurobindo is looking at you. It is not a question of disobedience. I know nothing about your additions to the life sketch of the sources from which they were taken. My point of view is this, that anything written by a sadhak about Sri Aurobindo, which brings him down to an ordinary level and admits the reader to a sort of gossiping familiarity with him, is an unfaithfulness to him and his work. Good intentions are not sufficient. It is necessary that this should be understood by everybody. Our Divine Mother says, to express our gratitude to our Lord Sri Aurobindo, we can do nothing better than to be a living demonstration of his teaching. A day will come when we shall be able to tell freely and truly all that Sri Aurobindo's presence has meant for the town of Pondicherry. Question, sweet mother, how can I make Sri Aurobindo's influence living and dynamic in my daily activities? Our Divine Mother says, be perfectly sincere and he will answer your call. Be perfectly sincere and he will answer your call. Question, sweet mother, how should we be on Sri Aurobindo's birthday? Our Divine Mother says, sincere and progressive. Our Divine Mother says, the vast, calm simplicity of his forehead, reflecting the perfect peace of total knowledge. Remembrance of Sri Aurobindo. Let us make an effort to realize the ideal of life that he has marked out for us. Divine Mother says, without him I exist not, without me he is unmanifest. When in your heart and thought you will make no difference between Sri Aurobindo and me, when to think of Sri Aurobindo you will be thinking of me, and to think of me will mean to think of Sri Aurobindo inevitably. When to see one will mean inevitably to see the other, like one and the same person. Then you will know that you begin to be open to the supramental force and consciousness. Our Divine Mother says, since the beginning of the earth, wherever and whenever there was a possibility of manifesting a ray of consciousness, I was there. That which is speaking to you now is a faithful servant of the Divine. From all time, since the beginning of the earth, as a faithful servant of the Divine, it has spoken in the name of its Master. And as long as earth and men exist, it will be there in a body to preach the divine word. So, wherever I am asked to speak, I do my best as a servant of the divine. But to speak in the name of a particular doctrine or of a man, however great he may be, that I cannot do. The eternal transcendent forbids me. Our Divine Mother says, I belong to no nation, no civilization, no society, no race, but to the Divine. I obey no master, no ruler, no law, no social convention, but to the Divine. To him I have surrendered all, will, life, self. For him I am ready to give up all my blood, drop by drop, if such is his will. With complete joy and nothing in his service can be sacrificed, for all is perfect delight.
La conscience la plus dure, la plus rigide, la plus étroite, la plus suffocante, j'ai touché un ressort tout-puissant qui m'a projeté d'un seul coup dans une immensité sans forme et sans limite, où vibre l'essence d'un monde nouveau. At the very bottom of the unconscious, most hard and rigid and narrow and stifling, I struck upon an almighty spring that cast me up forthwith into formless, limitless vast, vibrating with the seeds of a new world.
Our Divine Mother says, "Oh, my Lord, what you want of me, let me be. What you want me to do, let me do. My Lord, I will not try to escape from the work Thou hast given me. Wherever Thou places my consciousness, it will remain without any attempt to rise to the blissful heights. Even if Thou willest it to be in the mud of the most material nature, it will stay there peaceful and at rest. But whatever it is, it cannot but be without aspiring towards Thee, opening to Thy influence, and calling Thee down into itself as the sole reality of its existence." Our Divine Mother says, with what ardor the consciousness aspires to escape from the prison of material vibrations and soar towards Thee, Lord, in the immaculate heights. But flight is impossible. It is against Thy will. The consciousness must remain caught in the mud of this obscure and ignorant nature. That is all right. The joy of being and doing what Thou wantest surpasses all other joys, even the most sublime. But the consciousness cries, "I want Thee, I want Thee. Without Thee I am nothing, I do not exist." And the vibration of the call is so strong that even this heavy matter is shaken by it. I want Thee, I want Thee, since Thou dost not permit me to spring towards Thee, leaving all behind to be with Thee. I shall call Thee from here, and I shall beseech Thee so very much that Thou will come down to infuse Thyself into a world that has finally awakened to the absolute need of Thy presence. And the vibration of this invocation was so intense that through the dark and amorphous mass passed the first quiver, announcing the approach of the Beloved. "Oh my God, Thou hast told me, plunge into matter and identify Thyself with it. It is there that I would manifest. And thy will has been done, but matter has ignored the gift and persists in wanting to seek in obscure and false activities and relations a satisfaction which it cannot find there. And yet, thou hast promised me the victory. O Lord, awaken my entire being, that it may be for thee the needed instrument, the perfect servant. Our Divine Mother says, what I want to bring about in the material world upon the earth is perfect consciousness, integral knowledge, omniscience, powerful, invincible, irresistible, ineluctable omnipotence, health, perfect, constant, unshakable, perpetually renewed energy, eternal youth, constant growth, uninterrupted progress, perfect beauty, complex and total harmony, inexhaustible, unparalleled riches, control over all the wealth of this world, the gift of healing and giving happiness, immunity from all accidents, invulnerability against all adverse attacks, perfect power of expression in all fields and all activities, the gift of tongues, the power of making oneself understood perfectly by all, and all else necessary for the accomplishment of thy work. Our Divine Mother says, I wish personally to be eternally the perfect expression of the Supreme Divine, that the supramental victory, manifestation, and transformation should take place at once, that all suffering should disappear forever from the worlds present and future. Our Divine Mother says, do not ask questions about the details of material existence of this body. They are in themselves of no interest and must not attract attention. Throughout all this life, knowingly or unknowingly, I have been what the Lord wanted me to be. I have done what the Lord wanted me to do. That alone matters. Our Divine Mother says, while looking at the Samadhi, I do not want to be worshipped. I have come to work not to be worshipped. Let them worship Thee to their heart's content and leave me silent and hidden to do my work undisturbed. Of all means, the body is the best. Let it be the last time something is publicly mentioned about my past life. This body does not want to be spoken of. It wants to be quiet and as far as possible ignored. Our Divine Mother says, there is only one thing of which I am absolutely sure, and that is who I am. Sri Aurobindo also knew it and declared it. Even the doubts of the whole humanity would change nothing to this fact. But another fact is not so certain. It is the usefulness of my being here in a body, doing the work I am doing. It is not out of any personal urge that I am doing it. Sri Aurobindo told me to do it. That is why I do it as a sacred duty in obedience to the dictates of the Supreme. Time will reveal how far earth has benefited through it, says our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, to believe or not to believe in the possibility of avatarhood can make no difference to the bare fact. If God chooses to manifest in a human body, I do not see how any human thought, approval or disapproval, can affect in the least his decision. And if he takes birth in a body, the denial of men cannot prevent the fact from being a fact. So, what is there to get excited about? Question, sweet mother. I am with you is your statement. What does it mean exactly? For this, our Divine Mother says, I am with you. I am always with you. For this, the child says, when we pray or struggle with a problem within ourselves, are we really heard? Always, in spite of our clumsiness and imperfection, in spite of our bad will and our error, and who hears? You who are with us? And is it you in the supreme consciousness and an impersonal divine force, the force of yoga, or you, Mother, in a body with your physical consciousness? A personal presence that really knows each thought and each act and not some enormous force? Can you tell us how, in what way you are present with us? Sri Aurobindo and you, it is said, form one and the same consciousness. But is there a personal presence of Sri Aurobindo and your personal presence, two things distinct, each playing its own particular role? For this, our Divine Mother says, I am with you because I am you, or you are me. I am with you. That signifies a world of things because I am with you on all levels, on all planes, from the supreme consciousness down to my most physical consciousness. Here in Pondicherry, you cannot breathe without breathing my consciousness. It saturates the atmosphere almost materially in the subtle physical and extends to the lake 10 kilometers from here. Furthermore, my consciousness can be felt in the material vital, then on the mental plane and other higher planes everywhere. When I came here for the first time, I felt the atmosphere of Sri Aurobindo, felt it materially at a distance of 10 miles, 10 nautical miles, not kilometers. It was very sudden, very concrete, an atmosphere pure, luminous light, light that lifts you up. Our Divine Mother says, it is now long since Sri Aurobindo has put up everywhere in the ashram this reminder that you all know. Always behave as if the Divine Mother was looking at you because she is indeed always present. This is not a mere phrase, not simply words, it is a fact. I am with you in a very concrete manner, and they who have a subtle vision can see me. In a general way, my force is there, constantly at work, constantly shifting the psychological elements of your being to put them in new relations and defining to yourself the different facets of your nature, that so that you may see what should be changed, developed, rejected, says our Divine Mother.